The Korea Herald, National Social Affairs. Tales of hard work, dashed dreams, and disillusionment. Ghosts of young Koreans neither in education, employment, or training has profound economic and social implications, experts say. In her teens and in her teens and early 20s, Park Jung-mi viewed herself as an achiever, even if she wasn't one of the highest flyers. In high school, she studied until late into the night on a near daily basis, aiming for admission to a prestigious university. In high school, she studied until late into the night on a near daily basis, aiming for admission to a prestigious university. After successfully after successfully getting into one of the top 10 universities here, she maintained her commitment to hard work and self-discipline, graduating with an average GPA above 4 out of 4.5. From then on, but from then on, life has been disappointing. Park is now 31 years old with an unremarkable resume including Park is now 31 years old with an unremarkable resume including a 2-year contract gig at a government agency that failed to lead to a permanent position. Park is now 31 years old with an unremarkable resume, including a 2-year contract gig at a government agency that failed to lead to a permanent position, and another 2 years at a small trading firm on low pay, and another 2 years at a small trading firm on low pay. First, for the past 7 months, for the past 7 months, she has stopped. She has stopped looking for work. She has stopped. She has stopped. I just don't feel like job hunting now. I just don't feel like job hunting now, said Park. I don't want to go back to a stressful life. Like many of her college peers, she initially wanted to secure a stable job at a big company. She never thought it would be so far out of reach. It hurts to think about my parents and the disappointment that I've come to, she said. Park's frustration Park's frustration echoes the sentiments of many other young South Koreans who are in a state who are in a state of limbo, categorized as NEET, short for neither in education, employment, or training. Park's frustration echoes Park's frustration echoes Park's frustration echoes the sentiments of many other young South Koreans. Park's frustration echoes Park's frustration echoes the sentiments of many other young South Koreans who are in a state of limbo, categorized as NEET, short for neither education, employment, or training. Korean needs lost in statistics. Korean needs lost in statistics. The Organization for Economic Cooperation, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development regularly publishes comparative data on the share of the needs among youth by country. Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development regularly publishes comparative data on the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development regularly publishes comparative data on the share of the needs among youth by country to shed light on the challenges to shed light on the challenges to shed light on the challenge, shed light on the challenges, to shed light on the challenges, to shed light on the challenges, to shed light on the challenges faced by many economies in helping the young generations transition from school to work. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development regularly publishes comparative data on the data. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development regularly publishes comparative data on the share of the needs among youth by country. To shed light on the challenges faced, to shed light on the challenges faced by many economies in helping the young generations transition from school to work. South Korea is not represented in the OECD data due mainly to differences in methodology, and South Korea is not represented in the OECD data due mainly to differences due mainly 어떻게 발음하냐? 왜 작아 소리가 너무 작아요. mainly 발음을 참 예쁘기도 하네. mainly due to mainly due to to differences in methodology 어떻게 말하지? methodology But South Korea is not represented in the OECD data due mainly to differences in methodology in data collection and classification. But South Korea is not represented in the OECD data due mainly to differences in methodology in data collection and classification. Instead, discussions about Korea's lost generation often rely on a different. Sorry.